Hello everyone, I'm Sonam Sandhu from PTE Made Easy, and in this session we are going to focus on 5 myths. Because of these 5 myths you'll be able to score only 30 out of 90. So guys, if you don't want to score 30 out of 90 and if you're looking forward to scoring at least 75 out of 90, you should watch this video. In this video I'm going to reveal the 5 myths which you have not watched in any of the videos earlier. At least 2 or 3 of the myths will be different. So watch the video until the end so that you get to know what exactly do you need not to follow right now. What are the expired things that you are already following, some expired tips you are following, but those tips are no longer useful. So let's get started with the first one. And that is related to PTE writing. When it comes to essay writing, what happens? Students simply use the template. So when you're using the template, you use the template of any of the educators. Okay, be it me, be it some other educator, that doesn't matter. But what exactly matters the most is that you know how to use the template properly. You should note the correct usage of the template and you should add at least 5 to 6 sentences of your own. So what happens when you use the template, you do not add the keywords. And this is what happened with one of my students. So I received a message from one of my students and she was attempting a particular task, that is summarize spoken text. So what happened? She listened to the audio and she read the question carefully. But when she started writing the answer, she used the template as per the demand, okay, but she did not add any keywords from the question, from the audio, and because of the same she was scoring only 68 out of 90 in that. So try to understand what happens whenever you are attempting any particular question in which template is provided to you by your educator. You have to use the template, but you should know how to use it correctly. Secondly, whenever you are using the template, please add the keywords from the question, add the keywords from the audio. If you're just copying, pasting the template, you will not be able to get the scores. You need to focus on the content as well when it comes to summarize spoken text, when it is about essay writing, especially in the essay writing part, 5 to 6 sentences of your own. For example, what can be added? In the introduction part, you're going to add the keywords. Paraphrase the statement of the question. That is most important that you have to do. In the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, you are going to add 2 ideas or a single idea, whatever you are going to write. So add that idea and explain that idea. So there you need to add at least 2 sentences in each body paragraph. And last one, in the conclusion, you are going to paraphrase everything and you will just conclude the essay. So these 6 sentences are crucial if you want to score full marks in the PTE essay writing. It's not about only copying the template, and that's what many of you do. You just copy the template. I'm not denying that this particular template is better, this is not, or I need to use template of this educator. No, it doesn't matter. Whichsoever template you use, be it the template by Sonam Sandhu, be it the template by some other educator, what matters the most is that you have to add at least 5 to 6 sentences on your own related to the keywords of the question, related to the ideas in the question, and with that only you will be able to score well in the essay writing part. So this is all about the first myth. So please do not do this now, and I'm going to come up with another video in which I'm going to burst all the myths related to the PTE writing part. So I'm going to explain everything in detail related to the PTE writing part. If you want me to do the same, do let me know in the comment section. Yes ma'am, we want that video. Then only I'm going to shoot that video very soon. Now coming to the second myth here. And what is the second myth? Try to understand. Many of you think it is quantity over quality. But I am going to say one thing, it is quality over quantity. So what you think? You think that you should speak for as much time as you can, okay? So let's say you have 40 seconds timer. So you're going to speak up for 40 seconds. And what happened when you speak up for 40 seconds? There are chances that you're going to make more mistakes. So we don't want that. We want you to speak accurately. It is all about speaking accurately. It is all about not taking pauses. It is all about speaking fluently rather than just focusing on the time limit. For example, if you speak for 40 seconds and in those 40 seconds there were 4 pauses, there is no point of speaking for 40 seconds. Rather, you speak just for 28 seconds but do not take any pause. So focus more on fluency than on the content when it comes to the listening summarized text. Okay, so please take care of this. Please take care of this. It is always quality over quantity. So you should speak properly, you should speak effectively, you should not commit any mistakes, you should not take any pauses, you should not hesitate while speaking, and that's what we require. So you can speak for 28 seconds, you can speak for only 30 seconds, 32 seconds rather than speaking for full 40 seconds. Okay, so this was the second myth. Ki you just need to speak for as long as you can. So that is wrong. That is actually wrong. Now coming to the third myth here. What is the third myth? Try to understand this. When we talk about describe image, what happens in the describe image part? You just get 25 seconds, and in those 25 seconds you have to go through the question, you have to look at the image, you have to understand what exactly is going on in the graph, and then you have to speak for around 40 seconds. Now here also you can speak for just around 30 or 35 seconds. What matters the most is the accuracy, is the fluency. So in 25 seconds you will not be able to understand every single keyword. Okay, so simply copy the template here, simply focus on fluency here. Even if you are not able to use some particular words, some keywords from the questions, it's okay. In 40 seconds you will not be able to explain everything. So that's what the examiner is not expecting you to do. What we expect, we just expect you to speak fluently, and we just expect you to speak at a normal pace. Okay, and if it's about content, you like forgot to add 1 or 2 words, okay, it's okay, it's totally fine. Here it is more about fluency as compared to content. So what happens, we have content, we have marks for content, we have marks for fluency. So you should focus more on the fluency part in this particular question type at least. Okay, describe image, focus more on fluency than on content. Coming to the fourth myth here. Now what happens when it comes to repeat sentences, okay, and write from dictation? What students do? Students keep on adding new words. Students keep on adding random words because they think they were not able to speak at length, they were not able to use every single word that was spoken in the audio, and because of the same they think that they should keep on adding some words. For example, you have written the sentence, the authorities have given the permission for taking a lecture. For example, this is the sentence, the authorities have given the permission for taking a lecture. आपने full stop नहीं लगाया. Now what you are exactly doing? After this you have added authorities, 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 or you have written permission, 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 or you have written office, office, office. You have written any random word. So this is not going to give you the scores. What exactly do you need to do when it comes to repeat sentences and write from dictation? Please focus on content here. I would suggest you this. You must have heard from many educators, it's not about the content. No, in these two questions, write from dictation and repeat sentences, I'll recommend you to focus on the content. Whatever word they have spoken, use the same word, because if you're going to add some random words, if you're going to add some new words, what will happen? -1 for every random word, and that's what I don't want you guys to do. So what I'll just suggest you to focus more on the content part when it comes to the repeat sentences and write from dictation question type. So this was the fourth myth which I have already busted. Now guys, if you require any help related to PTE speaking and writing, if you have been writing emails, writing essays, but you do not have anyone to check your essays and you do not have anybody to practice speaking with, so there you can simply contact us. You can contact us for our one-on-one classes and you will get the professional assistance for the evaluations. That's what we do. So I would suggest you to call us if you require any help. Proceeding further, and now the last myth here is, and that is the most common one actually, which I'm telling you at the end, that is about read aloud. Now, what learners do when it comes to read aloud, they just focus on speaking fast. Actually, very, very fast. What they do, they just speak like this so that the examiner doesn't get to know anything. It is all about AI. And if the AI is not able to detect the word you have spoken, there is no point of speaking it. So if you're speaking very fast, that is wrong. You just need to speak at a normal pace. For example, speaking fast will give you more marks. ऐसा नहीं है. It is not like this. Speaking fast will not give you more marks. Speaking fluently will give you more marks. And fluency doesn't mean speaking at fast pace. What fluency means is that you speak at moderate pace. When it comes to scoring well in the read aloud part, please focus on the content. Please focus on speaking everything properly. Please focus on taking the pauses where there are pauses. For example, there is a full stop, take a pause. There is a comma, take a pause. That's what I would suggest you to do. Okay, rather than speaking very fast, you should speak at a moderate pace. The way I'm speaking right now, it is a moderate pace. For example, I have this text in front of me. So if I have to speak up that, okay, so I'm going to speak it at a normal pace. Sonam will watch the video before publishing and add the time tags and description, whatever it is, okay? So you have to read it at a moderate pace. Focus only on the three things when it comes to speaking in English. I always say this, you should speak comfortably, you should speak confidently, and you should speak naturally. You should not run out of breath when you're speaking in English. That should not happen. If you're going to speak at a very fast pace, no doubt you're going to get scores in speaking, but you'll not get the scores in the reading part because the AI will not be able to assess whichever word you spoke. So it will not be able to exactly know which words you have used and which you have not used. So that's why you should always speak at moderate pace. So these were the 5 myths which are being circulated on social media. Many of you are following these 5 myths and you did not know what exactly do you need to do. So that's the only reason I prepared this detailed video in which I believe I have explained everything in a proper manner. Still, if anything is there that I wasn't able to explain properly, you can let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely come up with the same video again, or I'll explain you the answer in the comment section. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to see you in another video of mine. Until then, bye bye and sat sri akal.